I've traveled to over 50 countries. And out of everywhere in the world that I have been, Saudi Arabia is the safest country to travel to and within as a woman. And this is completely opposite to what you'd think prior, but I could walk around at night with $1 million on my head and nobody would touch me. If you only speak a little bit of the language or none at all, the universal language is love, and you've never, ever, ever lack any of that feeling when you're here. And I think that's what Saudi has made us feel at home. And that's the difference. It's not just about the beauty, it's not just about a cool new place, like we've traveled to so many countries. But this place really makes you feel like it's your home.
Now, I'd say the biggest thing that surprised me in general was just how open the Saudi people are and the culture. One of the biggest things that I think we in the West tend a conservative, modest society, and just very different from the West. So I didn't know what to expect going into Saudi Arabia, but the biggest surprise for me was just how open everyone was.
It's great. The weather's beautiful. The people couldn't be nicer.
People are extraordinary. It's probably the nicest country, one of the best places we've ever been. Very extensively to many, many countries, and I can honestly say that Saudi Arabia is the most welcoming, the nicest people, and it's gorgeous.
Get out of the car with the GoPro, with the camera, right? Around his kids, total stranger. Obviously, I'm not from around here. He says hello out of the top window and comes down to introduce himself, bring me in for tea, show me his house, share some time. I mean, just imagine that. Imagine that reality. Okay, I'm just gonna be totally fair here. Imagine in the West, imagine in Western Europe or the States, Canada, Australia. And it's not to say that people in the West aren't friendly. It's not like that at all. I'm not shitting on the West. It's just, it's a testament to this part of the world. It's something very unique and special about this part of the world. Just very, very kind. You saw how beautiful they were. You can't stage that shit. That cannot be orchestrated, can't be paid for. Just genuine hospitality.
Hello everybody, this is Mike Andrew. For those of you that watch my videos, you know that I typically start off by saying I'm providing another video with practical insights as it applies to business and leadership. Well, I will provide some practical insights, but I'm going to go far beyond business and leadership and talk about life in the Middle East. You know, for the last 11 years, I've been living and working in the Middle East, 5 years in Dubai, and we all know about Dubai, and 6 years in Saudi Arabia. So as an American executive, I want to give you a perspective of what my experience has been like and what life is like here. So let me start off number one. I have never in my life been treated with such generosity, hospitality, and respect as the Saudi citizens show me. It's amazing. We should all experience this in our lifetimes. The whole world can learn from the Saudi culture. I'm sure there are other cultures all over the world that are very hospitable and generous, don't get me wrong, but I'm going by my experience here in Saudi. Hospitable, generous, and respectful. Never experienced something like this in my life. You know, that's what made living away from the United States the last 11 years very, very bearable. And relationships, you know, they cherish relationships everywhere in the world, but here relationships are really, really important. Secondly, the family. I love what I see with the family. I go walking quite a bit at night, and they have all these beautiful parks all over the place, and you go walking at night or on the weekends, and you see the parks just crowded with families having a picnic, sitting on a blanket, and the little children running around, riding their bikes, having the time of their lives. It's beautiful to see. It really is. The focus on the family, really, really important. The way they treat women. Now here's a surprise. You know, the media tells us that women are treated badly. Women are treated so well and so respectfully. If a woman goes into a bank, boom, she'll go to the front of the line, or they'll have a special line just for women. Their faith, the Muslim faith, teaches them that the most important person in the family is the mother. The second most important person is the mother, and the third most important person is the mother. And that's from their faith. That's from their teachings. So women are treated very well. They wear black because they want to wear black. They love wearing black. They're proud of their faith. A little bit more about their faith. Their whole teachings in their faith, Islam, is all about family, mothers, neighbors, the greater family, relatives, manners, good manners, decency, being charitable and providing good deeds. That's big. That's really big. Right down to being kind to animals, if you can believe it. Being kind to animals. When I go back to the States, I often tell people, do you know that Muslims are more Christian than you are? And of course, I get these crazy looks. But here's why. Do you know that a Muslim cannot be a Muslim? They cannot be a Muslim if they don't believe in Jesus. And whenever a Muslim utters the name of their prophet Muhammad, they utter immediately afterwards in Arabic, may the peace of God be upon him. They do the same thing with Jesus. They refer to him as Isa. So I just want to summarize by saying my experiences over the last 11 years, 5 years were fun in Dubai, everyone, it's a world-class city, Dubai, but Saudi Arabia, the people, the level of generosity, hospitality, and respect, we can all learn from that. And watch out, because Saudis are very, very proud of their country. They're very proud citizens, and they're working hard toward their Vision 2030, and I see a lot of good things happening in Saudi Arabia.
Sir, a lot of you comment in my previous video that it's not safe for women. Look at the time, it's 2 a.m. Man, it's not woman or man. You are safe here in Saudi.
وإذ قال إبراهيم رب اجعل هذا البلد آمنا وإذ قال إبراهيم رب اجعل هذا البلد آمنا واجنبني وبني أن نعبد الأصنام